Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to properly use and clean the laser cutter. Once you have your Solidworks part of the piece you want to laser cut finished, you will need to select the face of the part you want to cut and right click on it. Then select Export to DXF. Now, save the DXF file somewhere you can easily access. I'm saving mine on my desktop since this is only temporary. Give it an appropriate name such as a naming convention we use for all our parts, then click Save. Next, you can either select the check mark, which will use the face you originally selected, or you can select the new face you cut. If you are done, select the check to continue. Now you can just save the DXF file as it is, or you can remove certain lines if you need to. Click on Save once it's finalized. Now you will need to install Inkscape, and once you have it installed, you will need to import the DXF file you just made. You can either go to Files and Import, or you can just click on Ctrl-I. Find your DXF file, and once you select it, open that file in Inkscape. Now you will have the option to either manually scale the part or read from file, but I highly recommend using read from file since it will most likely be more accurate assuming your original part is correctly scaled. This way it prevents a lot of user error and potentially incorrect parts. Click on OK when done. There's always a default note from Solidworks on the bottom of the part, so you will simply need to delete that. To delete it, you can simply double click on the text and press delete. Now you will need to specify the different orders of cuts by creating different paths and colors. We like to separate the screw holes, lightning holes, and the border into different paths, basically from small to large, but in this case I only separated the inner holes and the border. We do this so that if the border gets cut, the piece can shift and might ruin the accuracy of other holes. To do so, you can left click and drag to select lines, or you can use shift and left click to select multiple lines. For each of the different paths, you will need to combine them into one using Ctrl K, or go to the drop down menu right here, select path and click on combine. Finally, you will go to the bottom with a list of colors, right click on a color, and then select set stroke. Next, save your part with Ctrl S and save it as a plain SVG file. Click on save when that's done. Now you are done with Inkscape and can go to actually cutting your piece. The first step is to go to glowforge.com and you will need to contact someone who has a Glowforge account. I know Andrew has access, so you can always ask him or coach for laser usage. Since I don't have an account, I'll be showing everything from an example from Andrew. The first step is to select the part, and there will be an upload button that allows you to select the SVG file you recently saved. And since I'm not logged on, I can't show you that page. Then go to the top left and change it from unknown to the material and thickness you are using. Make sure to ask someone if you don't know what to put for it, and it depends on your material. Now go to your laser settings by selecting each of the different paths to adjust power, speed, number of paths, etc. Some people have default settings ready, so you can just select those. Make sure you have someone check your settings. Then change the order of cuts so that the holes start first and you end with the border, like what we talked about, and this is very important. The next step is to properly align your part on the material so that it is efficient with our material and we don't waste anything. Of course, in this example, I don't actually have any material in the laser cutter, but you'll see how it is aligned through the camera once you're logged on and connected. Assuming every step has been followed correctly and someone qualified has checked your work, you're ready to print. And then again, in this example, I don't currently have access to the laser cutter. To ensure the quality of the laser cutter for other students, make sure the laser cutter is clean. We need to clean the lenses of the laser cutter, such as the camera and the laser cutter lens, and we do that with alcohol wipes, but make sure you don't scratch the lenses. You will also need to remove the bed, which could have a lot of gunk and small pieces, so you need to wipe down that area as well as other areas that are accumulating gunk. Lastly, the laser cutter should be cleaned once every 1 to 3 weeks depending on the usage. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy your new set of skills.